Gators landed five?
Hey, the boys stay hot.
Yeah. So Gators now
up
to the number 13 ranked class in the country right now. A lot of jokes being made by people about Florida being in the 50s and the 60s. And we said, we'll care about recruiting when it comes to December. We're obviously going to talk about it on the show. So we're going to go through each one of those. Jaraylin McCoy is the first one we'll go over. 6'7", 245 pounds, 4-star prospect, ranked number 121 nationally and number 16 overall defensive lineman, committed to UF 2 days ago over LSU, Texas, and Auburn. So I'll let you guys talk a little bit about him. And then I found a huddle tape. It's a couple years old, but we'll watch that. I'll get that teed up.
Nah, great get. Defensive line recruitment is just through the roof each class, man. They bring in absolute studs. And a lot of these guys, it reminds me of Bama when they were – I'm not saying we're like Bama, but what Nick Saban did was bring in guys that were close to their peak already. So the development isn't the same. And that's what I'm getting the vibes of the defensive line room. Like, you're getting guys that can contribute pretty early. It don't take 2-3 years to get them on the field. So I like the get, man. Whether it's stopping the run or pass rushing, I think he's good at both. I think he's a guy you can also flex and do inside and outside things, a little what Tyreek Sapp is doing, but just great recruiting. They're going to heat up, like Dan said. I'm not going to stress it. We know this staff can recruit. That's their strong suit. Evaluating talent, getting guys in, building relationships, even the team. Just building and the family building on campus. They're good at all of that. We just got to see the in-game coaching. But this is a great get. I like every get we got, too. We're going to go through it, but I don't think there's no fluff. Regardless of the stars, I think they're evaluating well and bringing talent in. But this is a guy that could play on the other side of the ball. Good get off. Once he gets in the strength and conditioning program, it's going to be through the roof, man. But you see him on the other side of the ball making a lot of tackles for loss in this if you're watching on YouTube with us.
Yeah, no, incredible platform. Well, it's a visual platform as well. We have 1,800 people watching, Nick, so we want to cater to them as well. So big get for the Gators. Jaraylin McCoy committed to UF, 4-star. Like I said, ranked 121 nationally.
Super low.
Next up for the Gators, I'll try to tee up this video a little bit quicker, is going to be Marquise Daniel. Marquise Daniel is a 6'5", 182-pound 4-star receiver, ranked 178th nationally, number 25 overall wide receiver, long, smooth route runner, committed to Florida over Auburn. So what are your thoughts on?
Just down the road from Auburn, like less than an hour, 6'5", 187. I'm pulling up a text message. I have a friend who coaches football in Montgomery, and I sent this. I sent him his 247 profile, and he said I coached against him. Cold effing blooded, so good. Think about Devontae Adams.
Yeah.
I
stopped asking questions.
I like that comp.
Stopped asking questions. But big, smooth route runner, like Dan said. Kid really moves. This is a position that we have not questioned Billy. Receiver, that's kind of been his bread and butter since he was at Clemson, Arizona State, and then the proof's in the pudding. What they've gotten at receiver since Billy's been here at Florida.
Yeah, Billy G's a new man. He's new. I think he evaluated pretty good when he brought in the guys that weren't as highly rated, like the guys we're getting under Billy Napier. Like he brought in the Freddie Swains and the Kadarius Tonys, who he developed.
Let's give you some flowers. There was. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Me and the Twitter, me and the timeline buddies, man. It was a group effort. They definitely didn't want Freddie Swain at the time. We had to start a whole hashtag, but I think Billy G's recruiting at a better clip under Billy Napier, and that's what Billy Napier made his name at the receiver position. But you beat this kid out for Auburn. Auburn was where a lot of people and most of his predictions were landed for him to go to Auburn. Right. Bama wasn't really strong after him from what I saw. That could change, but this kid is a flat-out baller. just another just straight up killer. I think the receiver class is going to be elite one more time.
Mhm.
Jump balls, like you seeing this 6'5" kid return kicks, and it's looking smooth. It don't look awkward. And you're not going to see a lot of 6'5" kids returning kicks.
Well, especially
So-
6'5" at the junior year of high school.
Correct.
There, I mean, there's
Correct.
probably, another inch or two pause that he might go. And certainly Florida, is
direction at 6'5" is crazy. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, you're good. I think, ultimately Florida probably needs some taller receivers. They had to go in the portal this year to get J. Mike out of that crew. They have some unbelievable talent at the receiver position. It is maybe on the shorter end compared to what Florida fans might be used to. But 6'5" guy that can go up and high point the ball and like Corey was saying, just has incredible moves and athleticism for a guy that is 6'5", and then a great burst of speed as well. So a big get, I think for the Gators, I think he's going to have a big impact when he joins the program.
I think they had him at 190 too when he came and visited.
Okay.
Yeah, it's funny. It's you guys have seen it, definitely, Corey. They have like those tape measures on like the walls all throughout the Heavener, and like as you're walking through, you see them. They've got them in the weight room and stuff. Like it's easy to get a kid real quick, and then they have them jump on the scale, which is right between the indoor and the in the weight room. So they get kids measurements whenever they're on campus. I think every time they come on campus too, and I think they had them at 190. So you're looking at someone as a junior in high school going into his senior year, 6'5", 190 already. Long lean still. Really, really solid prospect.
Yeah. No, I definitely think he's a guy. Yeah, he's a guy that I think could climb the rankings as well. Next, we'll go over Carson Baker, a running back, 6 foot, 6'1.5", 195 pounds to 210 pounds. I couldn't find a number that was solidified. So somewhere in between there, 4-star running back, number 202 overall, number 8 running back in the country, powerful runner, fluid stride, chose Florida over FSU, Ohio State, and South Carolina. So let's look a little bit about Carson Baker. And Corey, what are your thoughts?
Kid's fire. Like Jalubi's doing what he do, man. I like the film. Verified speed is definitely there. As my guy in the comments put down, I think every position player, Billy's gonna make sure he got that verified speed. But yeah, bro, ain't a whole lot to say, man. You're gonna see a lot of, if you watch this huddle clip, if you're not watching on YouTube, you're gonna see a lot of long runs, 80, 70 yarders, those type of runs, man. So super explosive. He can catch out of the backfield. Does a lot of things that the Duke kid, what's Duke last name? Forgetting his last name.
Waltez Clark.
Clark.
Yeah, Clark.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, does a lot of similar things to him. Similar explosive abilities, but yeah, it's a traditional Billy type running back, bro. Jaluk is in his bag.
Yeah, no, a great prospect. You beat some great talent out for him. I think that he can, also rise the rankings. We're still relatively early on, for these guys. Obviously, you're going to have a lot of movement in the rankings going into next year. I know 247 has him as a 3-star. I know some folks have him significantly higher on the running back board.
3-star. No guy as a 3-star need to be drug tested.
247 Sports. 247 Sports.
That's our favorite.
You gotta send Quest Diagnostic over there, man. See what's up.
I didn't know Quest makes house calls.
You gotta deliver the packages, bro. Because that kid is a bona fide 4-star. It's not even a middle of the road 4-star. It's like this too. Like with Juke, like with Jaluk, whoever Jaluk is like the Saban offer, right? Whoever Jaluk offers, once he go out the kid, he's got the respect as far as what he's been bringing in. You get that kid 4 stars. I don't care who he is. If Jaluk offers him, or if he commits to Florida under Jaluk, get that boy 4 stars.
It's hard to argue, right? You got to look at the offers and everything else, but that kid is not a 3-star based on that video. Now, I'm not a scout, but I mean, I've seen some of the scouts at 247. Next, offensive tackle. Offensive tackle. I'm going to mess up his last name, and I apologize. Tyler Chikuim, 6'6", 290 pounds, 3-star offensive tackle, number 36 overall tackle. in the country, big frame, high ceiling, committed to Florida over Florida State and Ole Miss. Do not have the huddle clip.
I'm gonna give them a nod on this. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Nick.
We were going to say the same thing, so you can go ahead.
Oh, I found it. Give me a second.
Yeah, I'm gonna give them the nod on this just from how they've been developing at the position. I do want to see us recruit at a higher ranking. You know, I'm not a ranking guy. I do like how lean and athletic both of the tackles get. We'll talk about the other tackle as well. I like how lean and athletic they are. And the way they've been developing, I give them the nod in that capacity. But I would like to see them recruit at a higher ranking, is what I would say.
Already squats 400 and deadlifts 425.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, big. I mean, obviously they have an idea of what they want, right? These are all tall guys. We'll talk about the other offensive tackle here in a second. All still relatively lean. There's Jordan. Still, have the frame to add more weight. But I think that there's something that you can tell in a lot of these offers, not just the guys that committed, but what type of frame you're looking for. And that's that tall frame. And I think that you can see some things. I do not know how to scout for the offensive line, right?
I like what I'm saying. I'm not gonna lie to you.
We've been saying this for a while. Like they have a type. Like when they get offensive line, anyone on the offensive line, but specifically tackles, buddy, you're getting swiped left if you're 6'4". 6'5", they like big-bodied offensive tackles. I've seen a bunch of people on Twitter, not calling it X, Twitter, kind of trying to troll, taking 3-star offensive linemen, and like Jake Slaughter was a 3-star. He's got a brick.
It's a developmental position.
Cyrus Torrance, was he even a 3-star?
No, I think he was a 2-star unranked. I forgot. Why don't they give 1-star rankings? I noticed that.
I don't know. Jordan, weren't you a 1-star? He has mic issues. While he has the mic issues, I'm going to ask these questions.
Nick comes back.
He can't defend himself.
For one show, doesn't even introduce or say hello to Jordan. He's already throwing shade.
What up, 2-5?
I like this kid watching the. I do like his tail. I like his pass rushing. I like the way he get to the second level with a mean streak. He's trying to pancake things. I'm not mad at any of the takes. I don't think these guys reach for guys. I think they got their board. I know. I've seen their board. They have these guys on their board, so it's not like they're whiffing totally. These are guys that they evaluate and that they like. So, looking at his film, I know it took Dan a little minute to find it, but I'm not mad at it. These are highlights. Keep in mind, but offensive line is a developmental position. And I think between offensive line in its totality and also defensive tackle, I think is one of the most misevaluated positions in college football recruiting. So don't get caught up in. Some of our best linemen at the University of Florida have been 3-stars.
Yeah, no, and I know that he's caught, some flack during his time at Florida. And obviously I think that we all want Florida to recruit those 4-star and those 5-stars, those difference makers. But I think that there's enough trust in Rob Sale's development and what he's been able to put together. When you look at who Florida has on their offensive line right now, they don't have a offensive lineman higher than 160th in the country, I think is their highest, or they've not, really produced or gotten a lot of those highly ranked 4-star and 5-star guys and developed them into one of the best offensive lines in the SEC and maybe in the country. Right. So I think that there is definitely some leeway here that maybe didn't exist a couple of years ago to prove that, hey, this is a guy that's probably and hopefully not going to see the field for. He still has an entire senior year and then maybe 2 to 3 years in Gainesville. So we're talking 4 years from now. That'll be Stadium and Gale's 10th anniversary when we're talking about him, potentially playing right tackle at the University of Florida. So I think his tape looks good. I'm not a talent evaluator, but from everything that I can see, he looks like he's mauling just about everybody that he's going up.
Yeah. This kid's mean. Jordan, what's up with it, man?
What up? I'm all good.
You're all good. Just in time to talk about Javari Lucas. So I know you have some hot takes about
Javari Lucas.
The last one is Javari Lucas, 6'5", 305 pounds, 3-star, ranked 97th as the 97th overall offensive tackle in the nation. Committed to Florida today. Visited campus back in May. But again, your thoughts on Javari Lucas while I get his. Oh, I'm sorry. I should announce just because of who we have on the show from Glade Central High School in Belle Glade, Florida. All right, Corey, since he's from Belle Glade.
Shout out to the crib, man. 561. Mr. Bean 561 in the comments, bro. I see you, man. We got to hold down it, man. Florida's always at its best when we got some of that 561 in the building. But I like Javari. He's also Kevin Taylor's cousin. Some relations there. So, you know, a little family business going on here. But I seen this kid last year. I know my dad watched this show, and I told my dad, I said, bro, Glade Central got a big lineman again. They got some huge kids at tackle. And if you're watching the clip, you'll see a couple big guys. It's been a while since Glade Central had linemen like that. But this kid's athletic. Some people, you know, the Twitter's going to do what it do. Everybody wants to see the 4 stars, but this kid is not a project. I don't even think the last kid we just saw I would consider a project. I think these are athletic tackles that could get to the second level. They pass protect well, run block well. And then you got to, like, these areas like this, man, you can start chase all you want, but these offensive line coaches do a good job. I had some offensive line coaches from Glade Central hit me up when DeCosta was out there saying, you know, these guys are active. A lot of coaches aren't active, you know, showing up to recruit and, you know, asking a lot of questions of the staff. So, you know, they're out and about in the muck, finding guys, keeping these guys home. That's a Gator town.
Well, in playing some elite talent down in Palm Beach.
Oh, yeah, the best of the best. Some of the best football. What's serious football around here?
I mean, especially defensive line, that edge, right, to be able to block. You know, not every school that they go up against is going to be, you know, a powerhouse, but those are some top linemen that are going to go play Division I football on the opposite side of him.
Yeah, shout out to that. No, it's a great get. I like our offensive tackle, solidifying the offensive line, getting them boys in. I know we got some more fireworks on the way. Shout out to the whole coaching staff, man. They just in their bag right now. Do not sweat recruiting. If you want to bicker and argue with any other Gator fan about recruiting, that's on you. But we've seen this coaching staff close. They could get talent. We got to see that in-game coaching change, but talent acquisition is not going to be an issue in Gainesville as long as Billy's there.
Yeah. In the world of recruiting, do want to announce 4-star defensive lineman target Vadnais Cleveland, who we've talked about on this show. He's visited Florida, Georgia, and Auburn. He canceled a visit to Texas he did visit Texas this past weekend. He canceled a visit to Miami this weekend, but he's going to make his announcement on the 21st of June. So in 5 days here. So hopefully we get the chance to talk about him in a couple of days. And then On3's got to work on their website, man. It's crashing right now. So what are your thoughts on Vadnais Cleveland? Do you have any?
Oh, I'm gonna wait till I get them. I don't want to talk crazy. They clip me up.
Okay. All right.
They would clip me up, man.
Hey, Shaq, clip that.
That's a guy.
They would clip me up, man. So I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait for us to land them, but that would be an absolutely monster get, bro. Previously committed to Bama, decommitted and been taking his rounds, man. So I'm gonna wait for it to come into fruition this weekend. We'll see what happens, and then we'll go from there. But he's a monster. The kids, you just gotta land. Lock down that Southeast, Billy.
Oh, we forgot. We talked about him on last show too. I knew I forgot somebody. Not long after our show, Kakua Amua, the tight end, the 6'6", 200.
Oh yeah, IMG
tight end from IMG. He committed to Florida. Right now, it looks like in the recruiting prediction machine, Vadnais Cleveland is kind of neck and neck with Texas. If you care about that kind of stuff, it does seem like Florida is maybe picking up a little bit there. And then Trenton Henderson, this is a big piece of news. This was announced that he is going to be making his commitment here soon. Offers from Auburn, Texas, Michigan, LSU, kind of a who's who of schools. But he's potentially the next guy that's going to commit here. Ranked number 59 overall in the country, the number 11 edge, and the number 10 player in Florida. I can pull up his highlight film if you guys give me a second.
It's high too.
Left his OV saying Florida's the school to beat. Canceled the USC visit. Tweeted
he's going to Texas weekend, right?
Tweeted, yeah. I was just scrolling through. So he Let's see. He retweeted Hayes saying start of a big 3 to 4 days. That was 3 days ago. Will not be taking my visit to USC this weekend. That was 8 hours ago.
Don't blame him.
And then official visit locked in to Texas June 20th through 22nd this weekend.
Okay.
It's crazy.
This kid's incredible. This kid is
crazy.
He's a different type of player. But to me, he's like a Jaden Woods impact type. Like that's a guy that can come on campus in year one and make an impact. Now, Florida has some talent, but
I'm telling you,
this kid is incredible. I think that he's somebody that's gonna. What did I say? He was like the number 56 overall player in the country. I think that this is the guy that could easily get into the 20s, 30s, 40s.
Oh, look how he set that edge, bro. Look how he set that edge. Nili can learn from this kid.
He's got
Carolina Panther, Princey Umamielen.
Yeah, he still can learn from this kid, for sure. Set the edge, baby. Nah, the kids like this is why you don't have to go into the portal as strong either, right? Getting kids that can contribute and play as freshmen, these type of ball players. So don't go crazy when we don't get super aggressive in the portal when we're getting guys like this. So this would be an incredible get. But it looked like we're in the battle with Texas for a couple coming down the stretch here.
Yeah, and I'm sure NIL is going to be a big thing. So. We'll see, right? We're not going to.
How much money we got, Nick?
Nick, get him the Lambo.
All right, so sign up for a membership today at FloridaVictorious.com. You too can.
So right now,
student athletes at the University of Florida.
Florida is ranked 13th in the country right now. Let's see. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they are 6th in the SEC, just a little bit behind Alabama and Tennessee in those rankings. I think that number will change here soon, but that puts 6 4-stars and 6 3-stars. There may be a loss. I don't want to, precipitate a potential bad situation, but I don't know if Jameer Perez, the defensive lineman from Glenville High School in Cleveland, Ohio, will be in the class much longer, but we'll wait and see on that. But what are your overall thoughts right now? Marquise Daniels, your top prospect, followed by Jarraylen McCoy, Justin Williams, Caden Hall, and then Carson Baker, your top 5. And then Will Griffin, who seems to be embracing that quarterback and team leadership role. What are your guys' thoughts on the recruiting class so far?
And on pace, we're pacing. Like I think the time frames is changing. I like the staff's their strategy to this because it's more of a marathon. Like getting kids committed in February and March. In junior day used to be a thing of the past. I like how they try to peak over the summer right before the games get played, and then your official visits are done, and then you can get kids to come to the games throughout the fall to keep them engaged with the program, etc. So I like the approach, man. Once they start playing football games as well, it's hard to play the games, right? It's hard for you to, do the full I'm gonna flip thing until like maybe early signing day. So I like that we peak right before the games get played, and then let the games play out. If we win big, we already got a top 10 class just to pile on and just poach some other programs for guys we may have missed on in February, March. So I like the approach. I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, I feel the same way about it. Honestly, I feel like it'd be good going into the season. Know that we got a couple of dudes under our belt that we like. You never know. Hopefully, they got some other good friends out there, good prospects that we want to get into. That's kind of the way that it kind of happens in the recruiting world. Like, you want to team up with a dude or something like that from another team. Y'all met at an all-star game or something. He like trying to drag another dude, a 4 or 5-star, to come decommit from Texas or Georgia, whatever it may be. So locking in some guys early would probably be good, man. Hopefully they can do some recruiting for us as a recruit and kind of help us out there.
All right. And then lastly, this is an article from Edgar Thompson.